Sahara Longe. Sahara Longe is a British artist, born in London in 1994. She spent 4 years training at the Charles H. Cecil Studio in Florence, Italy. There, she learned the exact painting methods used by old masters like Titian and Velázquez. But instead of copying the past, she used those skills to do something new. For centuries, formal portrait painting was reserved for kings, queens, and the wealthy. Longe uses those same historic techniques to paint modern people of color instead. Her work has drawn major attention. King Charles III personally commissioned her to paint a portrait marking the Windrush generation. It now hangs in the National Portrait Gallery in London. Longe paints in oil on rough surfaces like raw linen or jute. She builds up thin layers of paint to create a soft, glowing look. Her figures stand against simple, bold backgrounds in colors like green, red, and gray. She keeps faces simple without sharp detail. Instead, she focuses on how people stand and hold themselves. A tilted head, a dropped shoulder, hands in pockets. She believes we recognize the people we love through body language, not just their face. Longe is represented by Timothy Taylor Gallery. Her paintings are now held in major museums and demand for her work keeps growing. Roby Dwi Antono. Roby Dwi Antono's paintings feel like childhood memories mixed with strange dreams. Born in 1990 in central Java, Indonesia, Antono taught himself to paint. As a boy, he sketched with charcoal alongside his father, who worked as a blacksmith. He grew up watching Japanese cartoons and reading old science fiction and studying local folklore. From the city of Yogyakarta, he became one of the leading names in a global art movement known as pop surrealism. His paintings mix soft, childlike charm with darker, unsettling ideas, and collectors from Tokyo to Los Angeles have taken notice. His paintings often show wide-eyed children, glowing alien figures, and strange dinosaur-like creatures. His technique is careful and refined. He works with oil paint, pigment sticks, and oil pastels, often painting on the back of the canvas. He mixes soft, dramatic lighting, similar to old Renaissance paintings, with the influence of a modern Japanese artist, Yoshitomo Nara. He often places cute, pastel-colored characters next to darker or sadder images, like a calm child holding a strange glowing object or standing beside a giant fantasy creature. Behind the playful images are serious ideas, including his childhood in Indonesia, fatherhood, and human emotion. Antono is represented by top galleries, including Alminarech, Anat Ebji, and Kazmin. His work is in high demand at major art fairs and auctions around the world. Cassi Namoda. Cassi Namoda tells stories on canvas the way a film director tells stories on screen. She was born in Maputo, Mozambique in 1988 to a Mozambican mother and an American father. As a child, she moved often, living across Africa, Europe, and America. She later studied cinema, and that background shows clearly in her work. She uses old photographs, film scenes, and personal memories to build quiet, thoughtful paintings about life in East Africa after colonial rule. Namoda's style blends African storytelling, European painting traditions, and a touch of magical realism. She paints with oil and acrylic on rough Belgian linen or raw cotton, and her brushwork is loose and full of feeling. Her paintings usually show quiet, everyday moments: two people sharing tea, women talking at a market, a person sitting alone, lost in thought, against a wide tropical landscape. She often repeats certain characters in her work, including one she calls Maria, who she uses to explore feelings like grief, joy, longing, and faith. Her colors are warm and earthy, using deep orange, green, and blue tones to give her paintings both warmth and depth. Her work has been shown in major exhibitions across Africa and internationally, and she is represented by top galleries, including Xavier Hufkins and Francois Gebali. Her paintings are now part of permanent collections at the Studio Museum in Harlem and the Baltimore Museum of Art. Francesca Mollett. Few painters working today capture the movement of light and water quite like Francesca Mollett. She was born in Bristol in 1991 and trained at the Royal Drawing School before completing a master's degree at the Royal College of Art in London in 2020. Since then, her career has moved forward quickly. Mollett is drawn to places where light behaves strangely, such as dark caves, glowing moss, rippling canal water, and the shimmer on a moth's wing. Her painting process is slow and physical. Working with oil and acrylic on canvas and linen, she builds up thick layers of paint using a palette knife. Then she rubs, smears, and scrapes some of it away, revealing glowing color underneath. This gives her paintings a sense of constant movement, almost like the surface is shifting as you look at it. She has said she is influenced by writers like Elena Ferrante and treats every brushstroke the way a writer treats a sentence, constantly rewriting until the image feels right. She keeps working a piece until she reaches what she calls a shimmer, a point where a solid shape starts to look like pure light. Mollett is represented by major galleries, including Hauser and Wirth and Grimm. Her paintings now sell for far more than expected at auction, and she has quickly become one of the most in-demand abstract painters working today. Lenz Geerk. Lenz Geerk is known for paintings that capture quiet sadness and stillness. He was born in Basel, Switzerland in 1988 and now lives in Düsseldorf, Germany, where he trained at the Kunstakademie Düsseldorf. His paintings feel like quiet, private moments. Rather than showing action or drama, Geerk paints the pauses in everyday life, creating dreamlike scenes that feel disconnected from any particular time or place. Geerk's technique is distinct. He paints with acrylic on raw, unprepared wool or linen, letting the fabric soak up the paint to create a soft, velvety surface. His work is influenced by the Italian painter Giorgio de Chirico, known for strange, empty city scenes, as well as European Expressionism. Geerk usually paints one or two figures alone in bare, stage-like rooms. He builds emotion through small details, like a slouched shoulder, a long stare into the distance, or a hand gently holding an object. He does not use sketches before he paints, letting his process stay loose and unplanned. His colors are usually muted, using soft pastels, dull earth tones, and gray to add to the quiet tension in each piece. Geerk is represented by leading galleries, including Massimo De Carlo and Robert's projects. His paintings are held in major public collections, including the Kunsthaus Zurich and the Tel Aviv Museum of Art, and he remains one of the leading figures in contemporary figurative painting. Guglielmo. Looking at a painting by Guglielmo Castelli feels like walking onto a theater set, where people and rooms blend into one another. He was born in Turin, Italy, in 1987 and originally studied set and costume design at the Accademia di Belle Arti di Torino. Before he became a full-time painter, he spent years designing for the theater, and that background still shapes his work today. He builds strange, layered scenes that explore memory, fragility, and the way space can blur and shift. Castelli mixes clear storytelling with loose, flowing abstraction. In his paintings, figures seem to melt into their surroundings, whether that's a living room, a rundown motel, or an overgrown garden. He works with layered oil paint, combining thin, see-through washes with thick, textured brush strokes, giving his surfaces a sense of motion. Drawing on literature, theater, and art history, he paints in dark, nighttime colors, using deep green, muddy orange, and midnight blue. His work captures a quiet, reflective mood, the kind where a solid body seems to dissolve into pure feeling. Castelli is represented by the international gallery Mendes Wood DM. He has had major solo exhibitions across Europe and the United States, including at the Aspen Art Museum and Villa Medici in Rome, and his paintings are highly sought after by private collectors and public museums alike.